Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamers, half asleep gamer, 1745 here, playing Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice. And man, I really have. It's a combination, and I still want to make a response video. I just. Things. About what's going on. Some of it, I will admit, is my mismanaging it. Partially mismanaging understanding how things have changed, partially just mismanaging it. So yeah, but we've made some progress. We've taken Gibraltar back. We are now pushing our forces into Gibraltar. And we're going to move our fleet over to here because we're going to, hopefully before they get a chance to counterattack, withdraw much of our forces. Some of we will definitely remain here to defend Gibraltar. Oh, no, stop. I think I'm just changing my mind. This guy here, we're going to move him there because he doesn't have any transport. Oh, well, he does have wagons as transport. That'll be better as a defending unit. Where others will be better in other operations. No. Oh, we lost. I'm having a bunch more motor torpedo boats made, so we'll get more back soon. All right. Well, yeah, that I think we're gonna get out of there. Armored divisions may or may not be great for invasions. Oh well, yeah, we should. Well, that can stay, I guess. Motorized, we'll get that out. How bad it's going to get, but we'll get these 3 divisions out. And you know, the Balearic Islands might be a tasty little invasion. That could be. I mean, it's not. I know Arno wants me to do Crete because Crete's a cool island to like invade and all, but taking the Balearics out, that's something not, didn't happen in World War II. But Spain wasn't active in World War II. Okay, we're gonna lose provinces there because we're no longer even there to try to hold them. Don't care enough. Okay, machine gun Cambo. Blah 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 blah. Machine gun cannon combo advance. Yes, folks, I am definitely okay, that is now maxed out. Yeah, okay. Focus we had is gone. Hey, Paul. Good to have you here. The Dutch are kicking some butt right now. Okay. Is that World Cup? I know it's going on. I didn't know the Dutch were even in it. I don't know. I don't know how you have to. What you have to qualify to be in it. I guess. Um, but remember, everyone, I am an American, and I am also not terribly big into sport. You know, watching all the different sports stuff. I'm a war gamer. That's good. Canada. Naval bomber, certainly. Okay, supply organization, that will help us out. Industry, no, 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 no. Yeah, 46, stop that. Motorized HQs have advanced. Yeah, I guess we'll stop that. Twin engine pilot training. No, we should be here. And that does give us a couple of factors we can put somewhere else, which we're going to come over here, which I started to do earlier, and do these two. This is just very much America unprepared. Okay. Maybe that's what I should have called the whole series. Now, I think these islands are unimportant. Well, yeah, I think they're so unimportant. I mean, we're going to invade them, but I don't know that we're going to garrison them. Why would we invade them if we're not garrisoning them? Well, just to take them away from the enemy, to have a battle that we can pause. Okay, orange prototype. Take out the enemy forces. Take out, because we just had this battle here, 3 enemy submarines. That's useful. Take out point of control. For some reason, they decided to land over there. Well, good. I don't. Now, okay. Oh, and armored. I've been researching these, and I have not been clicking study level HQ mode or whatever HQ finished to get the stuff on the force on the map. Partially because the reason I haven't been doing that is twofold. One, it costs small amounts of resources to accept those. So it does cost something, and two, it's not needed because I've had a lot of core HQs and others being given by events that are based in history. We also have divisional HQs stacked up here in large number, but we also have historical ones, and I'm just haven't been using them. Maybe I should get a few of the ones that we have here. There are a few of them gone through, but better play would expose that. But the main reason I've been studying this is to reduce time between attacks. Okay, oh good, we're now getting in here. They're getting supplies. They may they'll have to, they'll hold out there. Okay. Yeah, these guys have had no supplies until now. Bit there, just to try to shift the equation, as it were. You, you, here, under straight, just we are across. I think hello on Facebook as well. Thank you, Arna. You can come down and, but notice we're no longer having red triangles, which means the British are getting supplies through, hopefully not too huge of expensive convoys. We give them money for fuel. Okay. Air Force HQs have advanced. Another one I don't know if I do, but yeah, probably we'll do this one. This, I don't know. But these help, organization for air units, and this one does for naval units. So yeah, they're worth researching. Whether you normally when I play as Germany, normally I do take all of those HQs, partially because they're useful in things like rear area security on the Eastern Front. What did you do? Oh, that you said hello from Facebook, Arno. I appreciate that. That helps. Helps algorithms and things. We're going to need more transport because we're going to lose transport. So, um, let's do that. And we don't have many escorts left, so let's do one escort. I mean, just because we don't have too many supplies. ICs. Did we not? Oh, what? We didn't get the. No, we didn't. For some reason, I clicked the wrong thing, I guess. Gamer half asleep playing. Will I win or lose better? We've had a major victory somewhere in here. I don't know if it was here or I think it was here. Yeah. Maybe just that's, I think that's what it was. Cool. I don't know. Here. What are we doing here? Good. Range navigation radar. Okay, cool. Radar for cruisers and radar for capital ships. Those are more useful, I think. These are maxed out. Well, the last of those being researched. Well, we'll probably still fight in the desert for a while. And we'll probably fight more in the jungle coming up. So let's do those. Yeah, well, it looks like it's, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're getting good intel on it. We'll see it. It says it's 0, but well, user can repair 6, but that may be just level 3 or level 2 or level 3. I don't know it because there's a multiplier on the way they've modified the game. They're breaking the back country, the 7 Years' War in Virginia and Pennsylvania so far. Well, very good. I have read very little on the sort of French and Indian War / 7 Years' War in America. Doesn't 100% line up with the 7 Years' War in Europe, but yes, you can have energy. Bombing sites have advanced. Very good. Is that yes, over here. Very interesting time periods. You see, for some reason, Britain couldn't even, I mean, they had retaken Dar es Salaam. I don't, maybe it was our invasion here that got Port Sudan, and we may do another naval invasion of Port Sudan that they've been unable to hold. I know they've had the sort of Portuguese War show up, but that shouldn't be terribly much. Oh, there's an Italian unit made it down here. But Italy should now be cut off from Africa again, or well, Africa entirely again. So I don't know how they get supplies. Well, oh yes, yes. Arno posted that he got the book on the Atlantic Wall, and the spokesman for the Dutch Ministry of Defense actually liked that post and whatnot. Some call it World War One. Okay. I would agree that the first war fought around the globe was the 7 Years' War. I would agree with that. But I would not call it a world war. Because what really, really counts with the First World War, and obviously none of the world wars have got 100% of even the sort of, well, I don't know, I was going to say significant, but not every, yes, Turkey, I think it was sometime in 45, declares war on Germany. Yes, they do. So technically, Turkey is in World War II. But I don't think they fought at all in World War II. And I'm pretty sure Brazil, which did send like a brigade strength unit, that there was a couple of heroic battles fought, and one very small, small action but very heroic, holding out and bayonet charge and whatnot against the Germans by Brazilian forces. And it was sort of the cream of the crop of the Brazilian army, which I would take the Brazilian army as not a very good army ever, but not probably a very good army in that time. And I don't know if they had been retrained at all by the Americans, but they had been re-equipped by the Americans. So if you notice any photos of them, and I have looked a bit at it, I know we're talking about 7 Years' War, and somehow we're in Brazil in World War II. I know. Those around here are used to this. So because if you look at Brazilian army parades, they're equipped different. Photos that just because those are the photos I find are equipped differently than the Brazilian forces fighting in Europe. So they've been re-equipped by America, partially I think just to get the same ammo and whatnot. And so you might as well wear American jackets and American boots and American helmets. They're as good or better than the Brazilian ones with Brazilian patches on them and all that. But and so they were official Brazilian units. And I don't know if they had any significant. I'm sure they had training on how to use the M1 Garand and whatnot, which is different than their standard bolt-action rifles, because I think they use some Mauser derivative weapons. No, they get equipped, especially after the war, with a lot of World War II surplus. But for World War II, Brazil actually fights in, I would say, more than Mexico, who also does join in World War II. And sort of, let's see, Argentina doesn't go into World War II. Chile eventually comes in. Brazil comes in, but probably more than half of South or Latin America, South America, because come up in Central America, do not come into World War II. But basically all of Africa. I mean, Liberia, I don't know if it actually does enter. And obviously Ethiopia is in the war as well, and all the rest, of course, of Africa is part of. Well, I guess Portuguese Africa is not historically, but the rest of Africa is in World War II, and which places like Iran, which is not in World War I, is in World War II in the sense that it's occupied by Soviets and British. So, but in World War I, you do have Japan and China actively coming into the war. China besieges and takes Qingdao, or however you pronounce it. There's different things, different spellings for pronouncing. I don't know. The German enclave there, and of course the Japanese scoop up a bunch of German-owned islands out here, and the Australians fight the Germans here. And China, I think it's like 10 to 20,000 soldiers China sends to Europe. Now, I don't even know if they're sent with guns. They don't go anywhere near the front. I don't think there's any thought of having those soldiers at the front. They're just used as 10,000 or whatever, 20,000, I don't know, big bunch of lift and carry people, loading and unloading trains, which is an important job because it logistically needs to be done. And you just have just enough people around that can presumably speak French and Chinese to translate and get the orders and what's going on. Unload that train and stack the boxes over here or whatever. And so so they don't see outside of China, they don't see any ground combat in World War II. So you do have those important and large nations that are actively in the war as combatant nations. So we do just barely, I would say, truly call World War I a world war. World War II more so, like I say, because you have there's princely states or whatever that might have been neutral, and Tibet would be considered neutral. But like I say, Iran gets occupied, so that's in the war. Turkey joins at the last minute. Spain and Portugal stay out. Yeah, Portugal does come in World War I. Ireland stays out of World War II. It is in World War I. So you go back and forth on some of these things. And of course, in World War I, you have, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands, and other places around Europe, like Spain, stay out of it. So, I do totally agree that World War I and World War II should be called world wars. The 7 Years' War is just fought globally in the sense that there are colonies fighting colonies, like in India, between, the French and the British, and there's, other little skirmishes, ships around in some of these places. But I'm going to have to go, it's the first war fought globally in all the major continents, if you will. But I would not really call it a world war. It's set in there. First war to involve forces in the New World and the Old World that was fought in their colonies and overseas. There were earlier ones. you can, you know, Britain taking Jamaica, um, which happened well before that time. Um, it's gamer. If you take all of the ports in East Africa, will the Italians starve? Well, I'm not absolutely sure on this one little piece of land, but I think basically Suez Canal is closed to the Egyptians, and Straits of Gibraltar is closed to the Egyptians. So I don't know how they've been able to get supplies all this time, because earlier on, Britain, we had these conditions happen, and they couldn't get supplies out. I think there is an event that periodically fires that dumps supplies down here, because I can't see how they're not starving. I literally can't see how they're not starving. Um, I've taken at least twice. I've taken Port Sudan, and because Britain was not supplying it well enough, I withdrew my forces. But and I can't supply it, so I don't quite understand how they're running supplies, because now these guys down here, because we've cut them off, and there's a artificial barrier here, because otherwise the AI just really f's things up. So we have a hard cut somewhere in here that you can't go through. So you can, you can control like Port Sudan, but it's a couple of these in here that go across here that artificially you could come up through. If some of these deserts, I could agree that maybe our infrastructure too low to get through, but you should be able to come up through this the Nile well enough to supply and move forces. But the AI just messes that up. And hello, Lord Dark. Oh, we promotion thing. Yeah, there's a bot over. Okay, you've deleted it already. I see over on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, at least it's not one of the other types of things. So yeah, no, it's the 7 Years' War is very interesting, because yes, you do have, the various Caribbean Spanish versus English wars prior, but it's the big one, the first globally fought war, I would agree. And the Napoleonic Wars are also globally fought, and you don't get the Russians involved. I'm pretty sure in the War of American Independence, and the sort of successor war that is globally fought as well between the British and the Dutch and the French and the Spanish on the other side against the British. So yes, okay. So we won Mallorca. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna. I guess there's a transport unit or something sitting over Pisa. We're gonna take that out. So at least Arno got to do something today. Not to ban. Okay, yes, you can have energy. Venezuela fuel. How much money we're getting at? 26. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna accept that. We may cheat in some more fuel at some point. Don't like cheating in, but when things are as messed up as I think this is, it's either start over or quit. And I don't. Okay. Bomber crew layout. That's a bit. There we go. Layout. Oh, we haven't got any airborne units yet, even in production. So it's. Oh, we can do combined arms coordination. Good that we want to do. So what I hope is my plans here is, as we are seeing, the Italians are okay. Well, no. Well, yeah, we're gonna continue with you. You guys cross the Nile there. We're going to continue with the helping the British push down here. Okay, we've got that province. And once we do that, we're going to free up all of these forces here, which these are just the ones that I grabbed here are the American divisions. That's a lot of divisions. Then we'll be starting, or well, continuing, I should say. Okay, we're here. Now let's attack. Oh, that's a second invasion. Okay, well, since that's a second invasion, let's come over here. Now, we got all of these guys, because I forgot all, okay, a rebase to carrier. Can you guys all go to carrier? Okay, we've got all of these carriers, no rest of fleet. I lost. I just forgot they were there. Okay, well, let's head to Pearl, I think. Yeah, okay. We can add the destroyers there. We're going to send the motor torpedo boats. We're going to add these carriers to one of the fleets out here, I think, instead of trying to make an independent fleet. Yeah, let's send you there. I could be useful in the Mediterranean, but I don't think we're going to put that there just yet. Okay, Special Forces branch upgrade, that is here and grayed out, good. Not ready to do 46 technologies, but we could do 45s. But first, I think we should do some more naval stuff to get naval air to get these guys even better. I think for the moment we're going to leave these guys we're gonna leave these unoccupied. This is much more important to defend, and we got 5 divisions there. I just don't want to lose it against any attack. Probably don't need 5. Probably 4 would be fine. The reason I believe the British lost is they kept like, oh, we could go to Algeciras or whatever, however you pronounce this way, or wherever was weak enough that either they saw that there was holes or that there was weak enough to defend it, they would attack out, or there was other Commonwealth invasion like Cadiz or some other place, and then they would come out and form a pocket, and then they get pushed back in. So the forces that would return would be under strength and lower of organization. So then they get pushed and attack, and Britain probably wasn't sending enough supplies in as well. So they lost. But let's come to here. Rebase. And so I probably don't need quite, because I'm not going to do that with these forces, quite as bad a situation, but I just don't want to lose it. I'd like to see Britain come back and help occupy it, then I would withdraw some forces. 4-engine bomber, cool layout. And we can also come down here and do this other component. But since these, they hold some, and if I had more air units, I could base some stuff out of here. And Arno was wondering. So we're at port level and air base level of 3, and I think as it shows here, we can, if they were all fully up there, we could station 6 air units. So right now the air base modifier is ×2. It looks like. So you're not a terrible idea to hold this, and it isn't. But it's also, if Spain comes down and retakes it, well, it's just whatever size of garrison come in and crush it. Again, give them money for fuel from Ireland. Thank you. No, we don't have enough compared to what we're using right now, but I do want to continue to build up some fuel. Yeah, but we're basing out of here well enough, out of Algiers or Algier. Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad place to do it, and you can still base there. Um, if we had more motor torpedo boats ready to operate, even though we're not garrisoning it, because the motor torpedo boats themselves would um, help with stopping of invasions. Infantry branch upgrade, very good. That's that one, grayed out. These are purely for Germany. I think. Not sure what those types of torpedoes are, unless that's Japan's torpedoes. Is that the long lance? Oh yeah, long lance technology active. Yeah. Okay, so that's Japan's torpedoes, French Sharpies, British mosquitoes, the rockets on the aircraft, and the British crocodile, Soviet Katyusha, and whatnot. Okay, so, and I do like that they've done those, so let's do this. Let's increase that there. Old Millarca strategic bomber start. That's an idea, Arno. Um, that is. Let's look at. Let's. Okay, you should stop flying into repair. No, we got way too many units based here. Well, we have some transports here. We don't need them here. Hey, you guys, you're just. I know you're gonna fly over German territory. But we're gonna do just at night. Rebase. And you have some escorts. So hopefully it won't get too badly shot up. Doing that at night. Stop. You guys also come down here. I mean, that's way more than they can base, but we can maybe base. Oh, well, I guess they're going to go whenever. It's night now. I know I'm not playing these as well as I could or as I should. Oh, well, maybe that transport's British. Yeah, that transport's British. Okay. Let's move you up to here. Yeah, just so we're not overly. Hello, Jetton. Okay, Spain, really not that important because the mountains prevent a push into France. Well, um, the mountains limit the front, that's for sure. Um, because they can, but in this game, we can get over the mountains. So, um, okay, I don't know the level of it's the level of AA here is much higher, and this is why I'm thinking about going after Spain now, because one we can, and I can look and yes, sure, over the port here in Valencia, um, we have AA, but if I look at like all these other ports around here, and even in at Madrid for night bombing, although they do have AA there, but well, we could do some of this. Some of the there's some industry around here that doesn't have any AA, so that we can do that. Yeah, it is more of a slog. Oh yeah, well we're right now on sort of an island occupation um, uh, strategy here. We're going to be taking out some islands. Oh, and I need to set up a supply route from Washington D.C. That's the capital to Mallorca. That way, we're putting supplies into there. Oh, we're losing. Okay. So yeah, let's trade. Okay, I don't like that. Let's yes. Let's save the game. And I think we will end the episode here. But notice it is taking a while to save, and when you see a pop-up event without the image, that means things aren't going well for you if the image isn't existing there, because I do have a few that I do know there are a few missing. But if the event image is not missing and it doesn't show up like that, that means your system's getting, I don't know, a little overdone. So when you get it like this, that it's just sitting here, just don't touch it, let it wait. It's going to take a long time for saving. I don't quite know why it takes so long to save it. Something isn't right with it, and it's well, black ice is contributing to it, but I think it's a flaw in the Hoi 3 game system. Yeah, sort of the MacArthur strategy. Okay, now that that's saved, so and once you get that point, you just don't want to touch it. You don't want to touch anything on the computer. Just let it take its time. And so, just if you get that, do what I did. So, well, this game needs a doctor badly, but no one's gonna do it because you can't get it. You can't. What needs to be doctored, Paul, is something deep in the game, and we can't get at it. And I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody around that has um, uh, the talent to, any modder type people that have the talent to really fix it. And the Paradox people never fixed it because it's still broken. So yeah, and they're not going to go back and fix the old thing now. So unfortunately, we're stuck with this. So yeah, as I've been trying to close out this episode, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. If you haven't already, please remember to hit that like button. And of course, if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.